Good evening and welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. As you guys come into the room, please hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. I hope that you guys are doing okay on this morning. Not this morning, this evening. I know that I am. I always express the importance of hitting the like button because the like button helps to keep the video in the algorithm. So like, share, subscribe, comment, all of those things. If you would like to support the channel, you could definitely support the channel via Cash App, okay? Whew, child. I decided to get a video in. I've been out all day, okay? Not only have I been out working over at my studio, today I had to go do some filming for some of my clients. I decided to organize my studio, and then my eyebrow girl came over kind of late, so I'm just getting home to do my lashes and brows and stuff. I went and got my nails and stuff done. So in between working and stuff, I did do some things for me. But I was kind of scanning through um and YouTube, and I saw where they said Angela was celebrating her 36th birthday. Okay. And they were saying Yo Gotti, really put on for her 36th birthday. And we saw the pink flowers and all of that. And I don't know if Angela's family is around because, he seemed to be really putting on for the cameras because for his birthday, when she was touching on him and stuff, he looked like he looked aggravated. So with her family being around, I don't know if her family is there for her birthday or whatever, but if some of her family is around, some of those execs that she knew and all of that is around, I'm sure he's gonna put on like we saw. For some reason, for on my computer, I can't log into Instagram, so y'all just go on over there to a page, child, over to her Instagram and look at it. But I got to looking at that, and I was like, Yo Gotti had always wanted to be with Angela, and he finally got the opportunity to be with her. And to me, it would have been a good love story, right? Because I ain't no hater. The only thing about it is, I get to looking at Yo Gotti and I go, do he really expect to live happily ever after? I know Angela comes from a family, her dad is a reverend, okay? I looked at Reverend Run and Reverend Run. I like Run's house. My whole family looked at Run's house. I like the way that was depicted and all of that, which is, the way that the show was depicted. That is what made us fall in love with Reverend Run and his family. Okay, I'm sure that's where Gotti saw Angela, right? On Reverend Run's show. So, um, seeing all of this and knowing what she knows, okay, she decided to go ahead and put her feet on the fire, because that is some fire. It is fire that surrounds Yo Gotti because of this young Dolph situation, right? But adults do what adults want to do, okay? But I wonder if he expects to live happily ever after. God ain't gonna let him, okay? Because it is, in my opinion, and I have to say in my opinion, and allegedly until they indict his ass, okay? That Yo Gotti is in this deep with young Dolph. My favorite word is, y'all hear me say it all the time, it started with Yo Gotti and it's gonna end with him. Okay. It started with Yo Gotti and Dolph, and it's gonna end with him. Okay. I've been saying it for a year now. Okay. And I think that is sad, that Mia J is fasting and praying through her hurt while this nigga sitting up hollering about we the last one standing. But I sure thank God it's a God nigga, and that he works through the people like the feds. And you already know they on your ass because you said it in that floppy mixtape that you put out. Okay. I love seeing people happy. Okay. And I would love to see him happy. But it did something to him, it seems, to see young Dolph live. I don't care what young Dolph said. It should not have aggravated him to the point of wanting to see a father, a son, and a human being in the ground. And now he got the nerve to be parading around like he living his best life. But as I've always said, God says, when I get him back, you're going to see me get them back. So what God does is God allows the enemy to start tapping into some stuff, because it can't happen unless God, the devil, see, all blessings don't come from God. Okay? All of them don't come from God. Right? And so, but it can't happen unless God allows it, because God has all power. And so what God does is allow the enemy to think that they are winning. So when the devil starts giving them all of these riches and all this glory and all this fame that they killing for, and wanting to take people out of their life for, God allows it. Okay. And so then when they've gotten to their peak, or what they think that is their peak, God says now they're famous enough. They got all eyes on them. Angela and him got all eyes on them. He's running in the circles that he has done any and everything to get in. Okay. And God says, now I got him in a position where now I can prove to the whole world that is watching that I am God. Now I'm in a position. The enemy has made him think that he has climbed the ladder. Now I'm in a position to show that I am okay, that I am God. I'm the only true living God. I know he think he is. These folks think they have money and they think that they are God. And then that's when God allows them to fall, because he's going to. And I would not wish that upon him, because I be wanting to see, especially artists from around the Memphis area, we supported Yo Gotti. Don't you know how proud it would make me to be able to get on here and say, you know what, Yo Gotti did that. That nigga did that. He blazed his trail in Memphis. Now he running with the big dogs, and he went and got the woman of his dreams. But we can't celebrate that when he couldn't stand to see young Dolph with his chocolate beautiful woman and his children. Okay? Some of the same stuff now Mia J has to swallow and pray and fast and say he thinks he's enjoying his life. Okay? But he took the love of my life away, my children's father, and this motherfucker think God gonna let him win? It's all a matter of time. That's why he put that junk out. Yes, I believe Cypress when he said he put it out for a message. He did. He's scared to talk on the phone. See, I know the story behind them phones. Okay? Because I was told from the very beginning. See, that's when you know God been working from the very start, right? And this came from the inside. That's the reason why they don't like talking on them phones now. Okay? But it was too late, because there is a God. You can't do evil and plot evil and get away with it and think you're going to live happily ever after. See, I was told from somebody from the inside that you can only imagine, y'all, what's in them 300,000 pages. It's probably at 1 million now. You know, when somebody says, yeah, he told his brother and them to throw them phones in the river. It was too late then if they could hear that. Right? But it's sad. It's a shame before God. And they had already gotten the pings. And when they get the pings, whenever they get a ping off of a phone, they're able to get the phone number. Right? So he's able to sit up and think that he can enjoy life, because he thinks that all them damn fools around him gonna go do them 60 years for him. Them old niggas ain't wanting to go do no 60 years. See, I was listening to Player Code says that they've already decided who is going to take the fall. See, I think that's one of the reasons Black youngsters having an issue. I was talking to somebody and they were saying, yeah, that he, it's a darn shame that he ain't doing good. Okay, he's such a nervous wreck. He's so messed up. It's ridiculous. Okay, and so they was explaining, that Black youngster did not have anything, and he did not have anybody that was a father-like figure, and so because God had put him on and gave him a contract, helped him to attain wealth that he had never had, he thought that Gotti really cared about him. And because he's never been taught anything as far as boundaries, as far as what real love is and all of that, especially from a father or anything. The person told me he looked at Gotti as a father figure. Okay. I said, well, I hope he understands that he been used. He said, the person said, don't he know at this point. That's the reason why he ain't doing good. And so that's the reason why I say, and I don't give a damn how they make a fool out of him, because I'm gonna tell you something about a person, okay, that longs for affection. As soon as Gotti wants him to put out some stuff about Young Dolph, to start going at Snoop bands, he starts back to show him affection, right? But it all turns when you in that courtroom and you looking at death, because they're gonna keep on. They're gonna be looking at death. So that's why I can believe Player Cole when he says that, they've already decided who's gonna go if it gets to that point, who's gonna go and lay down. But they can decide that. Folks will say that as long as you got them around you and they eating. But when it come time to do it, that's a different story. Ain't nobody gonna go do life for Gotti just so he can be out. And so they say he throws up, yeah, but how these lawyers gonna get paid for it? I'm the one that make the money. I'm the one this. But when it's all said and done, I think that when the feds get through, it ain't gonna be no money to be made, not through that label, because they're gonna shut it down because of the evilness that has been going on. So my thing is, does he expect to live happily ever after? God says you have to reap what you sow. And people act like they forget that this man didn't think that the feds was watching him from the night that Young Dolph was assassinated, when he jumped on Twitter and when he was getting on Instagram talking about, I'm the last man standing. I'm the last man standing. Then when the nigga realized how they was on his ass, he decided, okay, well, I need to go do a song or something to make it seem like I was only saying that because I was getting ready to put a song or an album. I remember he put that junk out. That's when he knew, and that was last year sometime, when he went and put on the camouflage like he had taken over, looking like a Thanksgiving turkey or something. He knew the folks was on his ass then. That's why he did it, because he said, I done put my foot in my mouth. Now I got to act like I was putting that into the atmosphere because I had a project coming, but the folks already knew what it was. He had put his foot in his mouth because he didn't even know how close he was being watched. Nigga, you was being watched that night. You was being watched before then, when y'all was calling them and threatening them and letting them know y'all was going to take him out and giving them anxiety. That's what's in almost 1 million pages. So do you expect to live? I wonder, do you expect to live happily ever after? Okay? Because see, when you have a mother, okay, and I always talk about Young Dolph's parents, okay, I think I was spoken about them before. I have a cousin, April, okay, that is related to Young Dolph. She's really related to Key Glock, okay, but they were all, she called Young Dolph's mother Aunt Diane and all that, but she was showing me some pictures of how Young Dolph's dad is the life of the party. It was a party some months back, and how she was showing me video of how they was how he was dancing, how he was the life of the party and all that. And when I was looking at him, I could see that he wasn't doing well, okay, because people know that he's not doing well. And from my understanding, his mother hasn't really been doing well since he was killed, but his daddy is really not doing well. Okay. And that's one of the reasons why I always pray. And I know God is a just God and God is a good God, for God to give him strength to hold on so that he can see justice for his son. Because just like them niggas made them hurt after they killed their son and his hand was laying out at their window, and then they turned around and jumped on their Instagrams and then talk about, we the last man standing. They done killed this nigga at a cookie shop. They done did this. After they got on their street, what Juke say? Street niggas, street niggas in Paris. What was the name of Young Dolph's song when he said high class street music? He said high class street niggas in Paris. And then I did a video on it. He deleted it. Okay. Envious to the point and jealous to the point where they wanted to see him dead. Okay. And so their parents have been watching this and watching the people that they know have something in their mind and no, got something to do with the demise of a son that they created, okay, and brought into this world. And God ain't gonna let nothing happen Young Dolph's father until he see them, just like they did John Gotti and them, okay. They went over there to wherever they hung out at and they walked them all out in handcuffs. God ain't gonna let Adolph Sr. go nowhere until he witnessed that. And then if he wants to, because see, that man got that old man got a strong spirit. He might want to ascend to another dimension, okay, with his son, if he wants to, but God ain't gonna let him go nowhere. He gonna keep reviving him and giving him strength until them niggas who thought they was God because they had money is arrested. And the feds ain't gonna let them rest. I'm letting you know now, God, they ain't gonna let up off of you. I've been told that. You done got away with it too long and you ruined too many lives, you and your brother and them punk ass niggas around you. And I can call them that. You know why I can call them that? Because these are black men that's got women and children and they laying their lives down for you, for another man. So as a black woman, I can't respect no man, no men like that. Yeah, but he helped me to eat. But you gonna leave your women and kids out there and endanger them for some other man so he could be out and sniff up in Angela's ass and throw her parties and enjoy their life, and you go away but from your children and your woman and your family? No, I don't respect no men like that as a black woman. I don't respect you. No other black woman should either. You are a failure to your family. Okay? But I wonder if Gotti expects to be a happily ever after. No. He may as well be happy now. Because God says when I get him back, you're going to see me get him back. And Young Dolph's family got to witness the get back. He says, I'm not a God of the son of man where I have to lie. I mean, I'm not a man where I shall lie, nor the son of man where I have to repent. He says, I can do anything but lie. And so I said that to say this. He says in his word, whatever a man soweth, he's going to reap. Them niggas, y'all got to reap for what y'all did to that boy. Y'all could have did anything but killed that boy. Then that wasn't good enough. They tried to get Jizza out. Yeah, he rocking for Young Dolph. We got to take him out. Juke, you evil. We put your name in a church jar and we've been praying and some politicians want you off the street. Okay? Because anytime you can't stand, and I'm telling you what I know. I've been interviewing them. Okay? They saying you a menace. Anytime you can't stand to see a child in a FedEx form having a good time, you a serial killer. Okay? Those are characteristics of a serial killer. Okay? Anytime you can't stand to see a child standing in a concert enjoying himself and something starts to rise up in you, say, he having too much fun. He ain't scared of me. They think they running something. And then you can't hold back no more. All he got to die. Those are characteristics of a serial killer and they want you off the street. Okay? It's a darn shame before God how people can, and I ain't saying your God ain't worked hard. We saw the struggle. We supporting him. But what's going on now? What's all this monstrous stuff going on now? It's evilness. If I don't like you, I'm going to take you out. And that ain't the way that it should be. But the word says you got to reap what you sow. So you got Young Dolph's family that's been praying. You got Mia J getting up fasting and praying. She put some stuff into the atmosphere, and look what they want to do. They sent Willie D, bless his little heart, I believe. Somebody paid him, and I could tell he sure hated to do it because I like Willie D. But they want to start putting stuff into the atmosphere to send intimidation. Okay? And it ain't right. And so I can't, as a Black woman, I can't stand by and watch this stuff and not say nothing. Not just because I'm in law enforcement. Okay? But because as a human being, it ain't right. So y'all pay these little dudes who on fentanyl, we call them crash dummies. If y'all only knew, little dudes, what the police say, because I'm telling you, the feds hear all and see all. If y'all only knew how they talked about y'all, how they line y'all up, some of these folks that's a crash dummy. His life ain't worth nothing. That's a crash dummy. He already crashing out shit. We give him a little something. We ain't got to pay him, but this he'll crash out shit. That nigga start complaining, we'll pay another crash dummy to take him out. Because they know you're going to get caught, because anybody that deals with them being watched. And so if you do it and you complete the mission, good. But they already know you're gonna go down. You say something, now your family in danger. See, that's the reason why I say these fathers are failing their sons. No OG is supposed to feel comfortable enough to ask your son to go on a mission for them. Okay. But I wonder if your guy thinks he's going to live happily ever after. God says no, because the word says you have to reap what you sow. You think, but you couldn't stand to see Young Dolph breathing, but you think God gonna let you run off in the sunset with Angela? It ain't got nothing to do with me. It ain't got nothing to do with nobody else. What's getting ready to happen now is personal, and it's got everything to do with the prayers of Young Dolph's family and you and God. God honoring those prayers and you and God. And God says you got to reap what you sow. And so all them other dudes around you, they better get up under their family and choose their kids and their woman, because that's what it's going to come down to. Because if they start choosing another man over their own children just so he can be out, and they go lay down. If I was a woman, I'd never let you see your kids again. I'd call you all kinds of pink panty bitches and hoes, and you less of a daddy. Don't get me started, because y'all know I will go in. Don't get me started, because it pisses me off. A lot of the stuff that these men do, especially the men my age, when I know they know better. Don't get me to going in, because I was going to call y'all kinds of dick and the booty bitches and hoes. Okay, I'm trying to get better, but I think it's a darn shame before God to choose another man over your children. Put your woman through that, leave your woman out there with nothing, so you go lay down for another man. Why you go to jail? Well, he got to be the one else, because he a superstar. Motherfucker, you won't be seeing your kids no more. You less than a father. You less than a man, bitch. Okay? That's how you're gonna have to start talking to these men. Okay, when they sitting up talking about, well, I go lay down for him, nigga. I got 3 of your kids here. What you talking about? I got your sons here. Well, he said he gonna take care of you. Throw hot water in his damn face. That might wake him up. If it don't, it'll skin him alive. Nigga, you gonna leave me out here because you talking about he help you to eat, and I got your 3 sons, and I gotta look to another man while you go do life, I'm gonna go boil the hot, make it as hot as you can make it. Okay, because he ain't worth a damn. Okay. But I wonder if he expected to live happily ever after. According to the Bible, he can't, because he got to reap what he sowed. And so Mia J, you think God gonna let Mia J lay over there hurting, and she has had all these thoughts going through her head, have to talk herself out of not committing suicide, to be here for her children, have to be strong for her kids, look at the memories of her man. All she could do is look at him in video while this nigga be happy, all because he didn't want him to be happy. No, we don't serve a God like that. He says, I'm a just God. And because I can do anything but lie, my word says, whatever seeds you sow, those are the seeds that's going to grow. They planted them seeds when they had that boy kid, when they did that to him. And them weeds growing up in their own front yard, and the feds reminding them of it every day. They can't pay off everybody. Don't let these folks make a fool out of you. Them little patrolmen that's taking the money, they up on the investigation too. Okay, because they was telling me, I don't mean no harm, little boogie, but they, they already know who your girl is. Okay. And I'm glad I put it on out there, because she her ass on the police department, they already know what's going on with that. So I know what I'm talking about. Okay. But it's a darn shame before God. Okay. It is. It's a darn shame before God. Okay. And I like Lil Boogie. But we can't have law enforcement officers that's out there alerting people of when things are getting ready to happen. You ain't nothing but a damn patrolman, lady. Okay. These folks need to be careful about what they do. Okay. They need to be careful. They need to be careful about the information and stuff that they run, especially, when they auditing them every second. They need to be careful. Okay. But I wonder, does he expect to live happily ever after? Okay. I think he ain't. Because there has to be some retribution for what happened. What they did to Young Dolph, there's nothing right about it. There's nothing right about what happened to him. God ain't pleased. God ain't pleased. Okay. But anyways, you guys, I just wanted to get on here and talk about that. I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. If you would like to support the channel, you could definitely support the channel via Cash App. Okay. I'll talk with you guys later.